Hey everybody, I am actually interviewing the owner of Chrome Cooking. This is his Instagram site, and he doesn't have a menu. He's a food trucker, and he's stationed out in Jamaica. He goes around other places in New York City. He basically makes the delicious food. He also does catering, and let's get on with it. Hi, I have with me Hoyt of Chrome Cooking, and pleasure having you. And the reason I'm actually doing this interview series, how they got started, is basically a lot of businesses in my area in Chinatown are being hurt by the pandemic, and I feel this is a way that to help every business have a story to share. So I want to bring out the stories that how the business got started. Yes, and you see the background of the virtual background of the I think Florida's France.
Yeah.
Basically, I have that there because I've used up a lot of the different virtual backgrounds, and I haven't got a new one. So I try to use a different one for every episode. Since I plan to do like 1,000 episodes, oh my god, I gotta find like 1,000 different designs.
Yeah.
Hoyt, welcome.
Thank you.
Um, so let me just get in right into the interview. How did you get into the food truck business?
Oh, getting into the food truck business, I actually wanted a restaurant. Okay, I got started into the food truck business. It was really supposed to be a restaurant.
A restaurant.
Yeah. Then I thought about it. I like to be around people, and I wanted to be mobile. So a friend of mine said, "Why don't you get a food truck?" And we was thinking of all these, everything to call the food truck. It went from delicious to delicious os. And then when I came up with Chrome Cookin,
Oh.
everybody looked at me like Chrome Cookin. One of my friends said, "I won't want to eat from that truck. It's like I'm coming in and gonna eat a bunch of lead." So we tried to change it about 3 times. Then I thought about it and I said, "No, I'm gonna leave it with Chrome Cookin." I said it's gonna be silver and black, and I just have like all these little specials. I get the ketchup, and I make a chrome ketchup and chrome dressing.
Wow.
And after a while, we just was talking about it, and one day we just started writing out the logo. We was writing out the truck, and we did a whole truck, and we just started coloring it in, and boom, we came up with Chrome Cookin. And
Wow.
I thought of it, and I said, let's take off the G. Let's make it interesting. We're gonna just put Chrome Cookin. And we
Okay.
did it, and everybody was like, I don't know. Then a lot of people was like, I like it. So we took a survey, we got a couple of people to say they like it, and we went with it. And it was good. I got it made in Jersey at a company called Vindon Trucking. And they were shocked when they found out all the stuff that I wanted inside that truck.
Tell me what you want inside that truck.
I told them I want a complete kitchen. And they was like, a complete kitchen. I said, yeah. I wanted a salamander. I wanted me a full oven, with a stove top, the whole oven, a grill, a griddle. I wanted the works. These guys was like, wait a minute. It was like, you want all that inside the truck? I said, I'm so used to being in the kitchens that I work out of, like Homestead and Peter Luger's.
Okay.
I said, I want all that inside there with me.
Wow.
And they said, let's see what we can do. So they gave me everything except the salamander. They was like, we're not going to put a salamander in there, but we'll give you everything else. You got your freezer, your refrigerator, your low boy,
Wow.
your 3-sink washing, your griddle, your grill, your oven, your fryer. They gave me everything. Everything I asked for, they gave me inside that truck. And then I thought about it, and I said, you want to know what? Let's put a TV on the side. So I could...
TV.
Yeah, on the side of the truck, right near the back, right over the fork and spoon of the truck that you're looking at, that's a TV window right there. So I play the food, all the food that I make, I show it on that TV.
Oh wow.
The menu goes on the TV.
Okay.
Besides being on the truck, you can actually watch the video of the menu and see how the food is actually look that you're going to get.
Wow. So what kind of food are you serving?
We do American
American.
and French. Yeah, American and French. cuisine.
Okay. How'd you come up with that idea?
Mostly because I'm in the kitchen. It's basically I can do anything I want. Cause the truck, the kitchen, like it's a whole kitchen. It's a whole kitchen like a restaurant. So
Okay.
we usually make anything we want. Me and another cook that I got, we usually get on the truck for that morning or that day, and we think about what we're gonna cook. And everybody come up to the truck like, wait a minute, y'all got this new today? I go, yeah. So I don't have a menu.
Oh, you don't?
No, because I tell them we don't know what we're gonna make. I can have burgers, hot dogs, fish and fish and shrimp, fish, shrimp, fries, and then Monday, you having all of this. Then Tuesday you come, I'm just doing pasta today. You like what? We just doing pasta. We doing shrimp pasta, chicken fettuccine. We got mussels, and then the following day I could just be like, okay, it's Southern style. We doing fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, collard greens. And you like, wait a minute, what happened to the burger and fries? We don't have that right now. That'd be bad. We can come out and do jerk chicken. I just feel so free that there's no hold on me right now when it comes to cooking. When I'm on that truck, I'm free to do whatever I want.
Wow.
Give the people whatever they want during that time. And that makes it good because you always gonna get something new when you come to that truck. You have the basic things that you normally see, like, fast food. You got your burger, fries, you got your fish, you got your shrimp, you got your chicken fingers, your hot dogs.
Okay.
But to come to a truck that got lobster, and selling mussels, selling shrimp pasta, meatball heroes, you like, wait a minute, y'all thought y'all had burgers, fries, and hot dogs, and now y'all got all this Italian food. And so I like it because I just got free range just to, muscle up whatever I want on the truck at any given time.
And how do you actually go shopping? I mean, you have so many different stuff that you need to buy.
Yeah, because I got a freezer and a refrigerator on the truck.
Uh-huh.
So I could get the stuff and still store it inside the freezer or the refrigerator. I can go shopping on the weekend.
Okay.
Get plan out the menu. We go shopping on the weekends. And then we think during the week what we gonna do on Tuesday. And it could be like, all right, we're gonna go Italian Tuesday. We change it up. Instead of Taco Tuesdays, we go Taco Monday. Empanada Tuesdays. So we usually just have fun, just making it different. Making it just totally different, just shock people.
Let me ask you, what is your experience in, you said you worked in the restaurant business. I heard Peter Luger's and a few others.
Homestead, I worked at Del Fritz.
Okay.
But I was more comfortable at Peter Luger's.
Okay.
I was really comfortable at Peter Luger's.
What did you do there?
Peter Luger's, I was their broiler. I was making the steaks.
Okay.
We was making all the steaks. All the steaks and the lamb and everything came from my setup.
Oh, wow.
Then we was moving down the line to everybody that was making the chicken, and then the lamb, and then you had the entrees with your french fries, your potatoes, your greens, and everything. Okay. So I was the top of the line going all the way down when the orders came in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was fun.
How did you actually get into working in the restaurant? Did you go to school for it, or did you just like one day just woke up and said, this is what I want to do? Yes, I went to school for it. I went to school. I went to the Peter Crump School, which is called the New York Restaurant School now. Okay.
Down in Soho, in Manhattan.
Okay.
But I really got into cooking when I started working at NYU. I was actually a dishwasher.
Okay.
At NYU. I was in the dishwasher inside NYU at Weinstein Hall.
Okay.
And one of the chefs got sick. He didn't come in that day. And they needed a cook. So I knew how to cook, but when I got the job as a dishwasher. But I knew so I said I could do it. And
hey, opportunities everywhere.
Yeah, he had one of his underlings there, and we jumped in the kitchen. We just whipped up everything, and we got it done. So after that, I had the manager looking like, all right, you're not on the dish machine no more. We're gonna put you outside on the grill. So they had me making breakfast in the morning, and I was making lunch in the afternoon.
Wow.
So I did that for a couple of years, and I went, into school, finished out. I stayed there for a while, and then I left, and then I started working at Red Lobster.
Okay.
And from Red Lobster, I left, and then it was just like, all right, let's go. It's time for the restaurant. Let's just jump in. But instead of the restaurant, we did the food truck, because a lot of people told me I don't work well with others. They was like, when you set, you still all over the place. It's like you can work somewhere, and I'll be working on the grill, and then you'll see me run into the kitchen to do something, come back to the grill. They was like, you all over the place. You just need to be situated, but you in your comfort zone. So when I got the truck, it was like, I'm where I want to be. This is my comfort zone. I'm happy now. Yeah.
I can see the happiness coming out of you.
Yes, I'm just running around and do whatever I want. And I was like, and I feel good just to see people eating my food and smiling. I know I did something good.
How do you pick your locations?
I pick my locations. Actually, my locations come from everybody online. They tell me where I should come and how people heard about me. So I find an area out there where they're at, and I post up my truck, and I post it on Instagram and let them know where I'm at. But right now, I'm in Jamaica, Queens, on 169th Jamaica Avenue, right around the corner from the motor vehicle dealership. So I posted up there from now on, and I'm going to be there unless I got a party or a catering event somewhere else. But I'm usually there in the morning, from the morning to like 5 or 6 o'clock. I like it over there in Jamaica, Queens, because it's a mixed area. So I get a lot of people from all over the place coming. They come to the truck. They hunt me down. They come to the truck. I got a deep fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich on that truck. That is amazing.
Deep fry?
Deep fried peanut butter and jelly.
How do you do? You just stick it in the oil?
Yes, I'll make the sandwich. I bread it. I coat it. I put it down in the oil. I bring it back up. I put the powdered sugar. Oh, everybody loved that sandwich.
I gotta make a trip up there.
Yes, everybody loved that sandwich. That's like the best sandwich on the truck. Everybody come to the truck just to get that sandwich. Oh man, I love it. I love that. When they come to the truck, and the first thing they say is, "It's a truck with the PBJ on it, right?" And I go, "Yes, it is." And they go, "I get one of those," and then they order up all the rest of their stuff, but they have that PBJ. No matter what, they come and get that PBJ. I love it.
So that's something that is stable over there at your truck there? You're not going to change that?
No, I'm not going to change it. Unless I got a catered event or event that I'm doing, I'm going to always be there. They welcome me in the neighborhood, and I love them.
No, I meant you're always going to have the peanut butter, the deep fried peanut butter at your truck. You're not going to change the menu on that.
Oh, no. That's permanently on the menu. It's like 5 things I got permanently on the menu.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
What's the 5 things?
You got your fish and chips.
Okay.
You got your shrimp and chips. You got your Philly cheesesteak egg rolls. You got your gator bites. And you got your deep fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Yeah.
I see.
Those 5 will never leave the menu.
I see.
That'll always be on the menu. And then we got everything else that we do with specials. We got a jerk chicken. We got a jerk chicken roll. We got a peanut butter, banana, and fluff sandwich, deep fried. Yeah, and we got shrimp dumplings, and then we do our salads. You can have salmon salad. You can have a shrimp salad. You can have a jerk chicken salad. We usually mix it up every once in a while.
You're making me hungry already.
Yeah, those 5 things not leaving the menu.
You're making me very hungry. I gotta find some excuse to get up there. I haven't been anywhere much since the lockdown.
I know. Yeah, a lot of people. We did the first responders.
Okay.
Yeah, we did the New York Jewish Hospital out in Queens and Forest Hills.
Okay.
We did the Lenox Hill one. We did the Lenox Hill Hospital out on 7th Avenue in Manhattan and Greenwich.
Okay.
The one right there on the little island in the middle of the Seventh Avenue in Greenwich. It's just
I think I know which.
Beth Israel Hospital used to be at.
Okay.
Hospital, Annex Hospital, they had right across the street from it.
Wow.
Yeah, we did the first responders there, and actually we catered another party for them recently. We just did recently. So yeah, we gave back to the first responders, everybody that we can. A lot of people was like, "Oh, we're not bringing no food in because of the COVID." So we just stayed with those 3 hospitals that we had. We made it work.
So what is your as an entrepreneur? What is like your morning routine? Do you have one, or do you just I don't know. I'll get up whenever I want to.
No. The morning routine. Wow. The morning routine. We get up. I wake up about 4:30.
Wow.
4:30, 4 o'clock, and I'll be at the truck by 5. So I usually be at my spot by 6:15, 6:30. So I gotta get up, make coffee, prep the eggs, prep the bacon and everything, do the French toast mix. I usually do breakfast.
Okay.
I get all that prepped up. Then I gotta fill the truck up with water. And I gotta make sure everything is clean.
Okay.
And when I get on the truck to drive, I gotta make sure everything is secure in the back because you don't want nothing flipping over. By the time I get to where I'm going, I open up the back of the truck, it's just a mess.
Wow.
So I make sure everything is secure so nothing don't fall and tip over. Then when I get to where I'm going, I gotta cut on the propane. I gotta cut on my grill, my griddle, my fryer, make sure everything is there. And by the time I open, I wanna open up. And if somebody asks me for coffee, tea, they want a sandwich, I wanna be ready to go and get that out to them within the mix of about 3 to 5 minutes.
So what time frame is this? Like 8?
By the time I do all of this, it's like 6:15.
Oh wow.
I want to be open by 6:30.
So what, you're having breakfast in the morning and then you also do lunch?
Yes, I do breakfast in the morning till about 9 or 10 o'clock, and then I just trickle right into lunch. By 11 o'clock, I'm up and ready for lunch.
So you close for about 2 hours and then you...
No, I'm open the whole time.
Oh wow.
I'm open the whole
I don't know anything about the food business. That's why I asked.
I'm open the whole time. What I do is I bring the A square in that I usually got the breakfast menu on.
Okay.
I bring it in and take everything off and put on all our specials that's on the menu. Then when I put the A square back, if you want breakfast, we'll still give it to you. But we're in the midst of lunch right now. Say lunch right now. So yeah, I usually get away with it. They usually stop ordering breakfast just about 10:30.
Okay.
The coffee and tea go on all day. But breakfast at about 10:30 it just stops.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody get into lunch.
Okay. Yeah. Continue with your routine. So how is it from like 11 o'clock, and then what happens?
11 o'clock we start lunch, and lunch don't really pick up till about 12.
Okay.
12:30. That's when everybody is coming in, and they like, hey, what you got today? What you got new? They always ask me what I got new. They don't even want what's on the menu. They go, what's new? And they look at it and they like, all right, I want this, I want that. And it goes on to about 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Then it starts winding down. And then you got people coming off of Jamaica Ave that saw the truck, and people told them, then they come over, what's on the menu? I tell them, the first thing they say is, you still got the peanut butter and jelly? You still got the deep fried peanut butter and jelly? I go, yeah, they have that. Then they eat and they'll be like, oh, it's amazing. Then they'll be like, all right, let me order something else. Then I figure about 5:30, I start to clean up.
5:30,
like,
wow.
Yeah, 5:30, I start to clean up, and I'll be like, by 6 o'clock, I take the last orders coming in about 6. So by 6:30, I usually just close the flap, bring in the A square, and I start cleaning up the inside of the truck. So by 7 o'clock, I'm usually gone. I'm usually riding out, leaving from off of 169th, and I'm going back to the depot. When I get back to the depot, I let the wastewater out.
Okay.
I clean up, mop the floor and get everything ready for tomorrow.
Wow.
And, wrap everything up, put everything in the freezer, refrigerator, clean up, get ready for tomorrow, and just clean the truck down. Then I park it, I plug it up, and I can come home and get some sleep. Then following morning, I wake back up and do it all over again.
So you're working like what, 5, 6, 7 days a week, or?
5 days a week.
Okay.
I'm Monday through Friday. Saturdays, I only go out during the evening if I have a party. If I don't have a party, I usually don't go out on Saturdays.
Okay.
We need
I mean, isn't Saturday and Sunday a busy day for business?
Yeah, but right now, until like the summer, it's nothing going on.
Okay.
So I don't, I try to rest up, think of something new to make for Monday. So we're rest up Saturday and brainstorm. Sunday we going shopping, and we getting everything that we brainstormed for Saturday, we getting it ready for Sunday, and we prepping it. So after we finish prepping everything on Sunday, Monday morning, it's like, okay, we're gonna do breakfast, and then we're gonna start the rest of the stuff, and we're gonna get everything done. So we got every Wednesday right now, we end up doing jerk chicken.
Okay.
So you can get jerk chicken on a Wednesday, and it probably could trickle into Friday. It'll stay on the menu for those 3 days that that we have. And we'll say, all right, y'all got y'all jerk chicken. Or if the jerk chicken go on Wednesday, we have to make something new up for Thursday. So we try to plan for it to have at least 1 or 2 things new on the truck, every week. You have to have at least 1 or 2 things on the truck every week. That's new.
Okay.
I want to get, from me being into the cooking, I want everybody to taste something new. It's like the hot dogs. I won't sell you hot dogs if you came to my truck. If you said I want a hot dog's not even on the menu. And I say I don't have it. But if your kids are with you and they go, oh, we want hot dogs or we want chicken fingers, I have it for the kids. I have it for the grown-ups. I'm like, no, y'all got to eat something new. I can't do it. I'll be like, no, I can't do it. I don't want to sell to y'all hot dogs and chicken fingers. I'll sell it to the little kids. But the grown-ups, I'm like, you got to expand that palate. Something new on your tongue. It venture out.
Are you reading like any? No, yeah. Are you reading like any books, or what you're reading? Like, do you read a lot of cookbooks, or you read a lot of nonfiction to get your ideas?
I read. I don't really read books that much.
Okay.
Like when people ask me, they'd be like, "Do you read cookbooks?" And I'd be like, "No, My grandmother always told me I'm a cook and not a chef," and I didn't understand what she was saying until
You might as well explain it to us.
Yeah, I didn't understand what she was saying until I went to cooking school.
Okay.
I went to cooking school, I realized what she was saying, because a lot of the chefs always went and picked up books, cookbooks, and I was like, okay, but a lot of that stuff that I was already taught from my mother, I was like, I don't need a book to look that up. It's already in here. Like, I don't even measure what I'm doing. I can make a meal for you in the kitchen, and I could just grab ingredients, toss it in, and be talking to you and mix it up. And you could look at me and take everything away, and I could cook it, and you could taste it, it tastes good, and you could say, do it again, and I grab the same ingredients and put it in, and you'd be like, it tastes the same way that I just had it. So, with that being said, I was always told, chefs look in books that we make. And I was like, huh? And that's when, my mother told me, I'm a cook. She said, I don't need to go to school for it, but you will always see a chef pick up a book and look at a recipe. I don't remember the last time I looked in a book at a recipe. Oh. And she said, because you're a cook. She go, a chef is just a fancy way of saying they read a recipe and they decided to go and make something. I was like, really? And she said, yeah, so you're a cook because you don't need it. You can make me something and I could taste it and tell you almost every ingredient that's in it.
Oh, wow.
And end up making the same dish that I just had from you, and you'll be like, no way. I could be like, I could taste you and tell you the ingredients about the stuff. Then I could go and make it. Now, this is without looking in the book. And you'll be amazed. And then you'll tell me what was in, and I'll be like, oh, I put this in. You'll be like, oh, that's good. And we'll end up having
Oh wow.
a whole new dish that I just made up. But after tasting your cooking, I made it up. And here you go. So yeah. So I was like, I don't read cookbooks. I read a good chess book. You know, I read a good chess book. I read a John Clancy. You know, I read something like that. But a cookbook,
No.
you're like, no, I'm already got it in here. I just start mixing and matching in the kitchen there.
Share me something from your childhood. I mean, how did your grandma or mom teach you cooking, or
It was my mom.
your mom? Okay.
Yeah, I was always fascinated when I seen her make buttermilk biscuits. It was like she would make the biscuits, I'd eat them, then one day I said, I want to watch her. And I watched her make the biscuits one day, then she made a cake the same day. And when she made the cake, you know how your mother make the cake, she would give you the bowl, and she give you the spoon,
Yes.
and you just eating the cake batter. It was one of those. And then 2 days later, I had a childhood friend of mine. We was upstairs in his mother's house, and we decided to make a cake. And I did everything my mother did. I watched her do it. I did everything my mother did. Now, mind you, I was about 12. So we really didn't know like the texture of flour and cornmeal and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we made this whole cake, and we used all the flour and everything. The flour that we used was the flour his mother used to make chicken. So we had that chicken flour inside that cake, and we made it. Everything looked great. We frosted. It was a chocolate cake, and his sister came in there and said, what did y'all use? And this was his younger sister. She said, what did y'all use? And we was like, we made a cake. And she was like, well, what flour? And we bought the bag of flour that his mother made the chicken in. And we said this one. So we cut the cake. It was little white little holes inside the cake where the little bits of chicken, chicken fat that was still inside the flour, it was still inside the cake. And we was like, oh man, but we done ate like 2 pieces and we thought it was the best cake in the world. And then when she told us what happened, we didn't want it no more. But that was the first time I actually baked a cake. And actually, it came out okay if I just would have used some real flour, some regular flour, not chicken flour.
Funny. I was kept out of the kitchen for a long time.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
In my household, let's see, the kids should go play, and then let the parents or the mom do the work.
Okay. Oh, my dad knew how to cook. He knew how to barbecue.
Yeah, my dad knows how to cook. My mom, but it's like kids stay out of the kitchen. Don't even come near it.
Oh man, I stayed in the kitchen. I stayed in the kitchen, peeking over the counter, trying to see what she was doing. I was always, even with my friends, when their parents was in the kitchen cooking, and I'm at their house, I was in the kitchen looking to see what their parents was doing. Watching everything. So I was always fascinated with the art of cooking. So I love it. And to this day, I'm still fascinated. Sometimes I be amazed on some of the stuff I make on that truck. It just amazed me. I be like, the stuff that goes on in my head, and I be like, wow, where did this come from? And I just make it up, then go outside and write it down on the board, and people be like, huh? I be like, yeah, we got jerk chicken over fries today. And they're like, jerk chicken over fries. I'll just take all the meat off the chicken, chop it up, put barbecue sauce on it, make you some fries, and just dump the chicken right on it.
Wow.
He's like, huh? And I was like, yeah, jerk chicken over fries. Pop some cheese on top of it. A nice quick meal for $7 and people run with it.
Wow.
Yeah, so I just like being on there because I'm creative when I'm on there. It's like I like to be busy. I like to move around. So just being inside there, I'm always moving around, creating things. We got leftover, we got leftover goat, curry goat. What am I gonna do with it? I'd be like, oh, all right, let's make poutine fries.
Okay.
We just don't have the duck meat, so I use the goat meat, and I cheese and everything on it. And people will be like, hey, you got poutine fries? I go, yeah. And I go, yeah, but it's no duck meat. And they go, no duck meat. I go, no. They go, what is it? I go, it's curry goat. They go, okay, it's still over fries, right? I go, yeah, fries, cheese, and they go, okay, we want it. And it'll just go. I'll be like, nothing is gonna go to waste on this truck.
Okay. Tell me, what I know starting a business it's how long have you actually had your business?
4 years now.
Okay, so starting it, how was it starting it? I mean, I know that you didn't just have success right away. Was there any challenges you overcome? I know you probably have a lot of challenges.
It was a lot of challenges because when I first started, I had no idea what I was doing coming out the gate. There was no rule book for this. There was nobody that was like tapping me on my shoulder going, this is what you got to do, young man.
Oh, really?
Nobody. When I went out to get the truck, I was in Jersey. I had no idea what commercial rules are for driving on the road.
Oh, wow.
Until that day, I was like, all right, I got to get back home with this truck from Jersey. I got to get back into the city. I had no way of knowing where I was going, what tunnels I could go through, or nothing.
Oh, wow.
So I ended up going through the George Washington, and I came into the city. I got stopped by a state trooper. He was like, what you got in the truck? And I'm like, it's a brand new truck. He said, well, you got in the back, you got, pieces I see is a gas line in the back of your truck. I go, yeah. He go, you got propane back there? And I'm like, no propane. There's nothing in the truck. So they looked back there, was no propane. That's when I found out you can't ride through tunnels with propane inside your car.
Okay.
So I found that out. So he was like, oh, are your lights working? Can you when you back up, do you got do you got the sound to let people know you backing up? And I'm looking at this man like it's a brand new truck. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. He was like, you know how they ask you, just in case you get a flat, do you have your triangles that you can put in the street so you on the road, people will know that you're in distress? And I'm looking at this trooper like, what are you talking about? So they almost gave me a fine for it, but while he's looking over and he's writing tickets, I call the guys that made the truck, and they going, oh, behind the seat, you got all this stuff behind the seat. So I went behind the seat, I seen it. I go, listen, here go my triangles. And I'm pulling everything out. I'm getting paperwork out, and I'm showing them. So they was like, all right, you could go. They let me go. Now I'm in the city. Still don't know where I'm going because this truck is huge. It's like one of the FedEx delivery trucks, not the 24-footer. All right, so it's a FedEx truck, one of the big ones, but the 24-footer. And you only could go down certain blocks. So I didn't know what blocks to go down. So I was totally helpless with this truck coming back in.
Wow.
So I pulled over on the side of the highway and I put my blinkers on. And I was trying to call somebody. So a truck driver came up on the side of me, pulled over, and he asked me, he said, are you okay? And I looked at him and said, no. He said, what's wrong? I said, I have the slightest idea where I'm going and how I'm going to get there. He said, well, get in your truck and drive. I said, yeah, but what roads do I take? Where am I going? He was like, oh. I said, yeah, I know how to drive. But I said, now I'm driving a truck. He said, where are you going to? I said, I just got to get into Brooklyn. I say, once I'm in Brooklyn, I'm pretty sure I can get home. He said, follow me. We drove and we went across the Williamsburg Bridge. I followed him off the West Side Highway. And I went with him all the way across the West Side Highway. We went all the way through Soho. We got all the way down to Delancey Street. We went across the bridge. He got me across the bridge and he got me on to Bushwick Avenue.
Okay.
He said, you know your way from here? I said, yeah. So I said, I'm gonna take Bushwick Avenue all the way down, get on Pennsylvania, I'll be good. I can get myself home. He said, okay, riding down Bushwick Avenue, I never noticed it's signs up over those up over the lights that says no trucks. But I'm riding down Bushwick Avenue. Now I'm like, oh my God, now the cops gonna stop me. But I was like, this is the only way I know, because when you turn, you see the blocks get smaller and you got cars double parked. So I just said, I'm just gonna take Bushwick all the way down. Took Bushwick all the way down. I got home, I parked the truck. It was on the street. Then I get a phone call from somebody and I go, hey, what's up? They go, well, where's the truck? I go, it's in front of my house. They go, you don't have a depot to put it in? I'm like, a depot to put it in? What are you talking about, a depot to put it in? They said you can't park your truck on the street. It got to be in a depot where they got recycling, they got waste, and I'm like, I didn't even start selling food yet. And y'all telling me I got to go and rent, go in a depot and pay. So I got the truck in front of my house. So it's a laundromat right on the side of me, and the guy got a big parking lot. So I put the truck inside the parking lot, and I left it there. And the guy said, don't worry about it. Gave me a key, said, you're good. He said, when you figure this out, we'll talk. I said, okay. Now I got to find a depot. Now I got to get a map in my phone to show me how to get back and forth to Manhattan, or how to get back and forth to Queens and everything else commercially, because I end up jumping on the Belt Parkway knowing that I can't be on the Belt Parkway. So I had to do all this figuring out, all this on the internet to find out what I was going to do, how I was going to get started. By the time I got all that done, now it was like, you need a permit for your truck. I'm like, a permit? They said, yeah, without a permit, you can't be out on the street, you can't be selling. I was like, nobody told me I needed a permit. So now I got to find somebody with a permit. And it was just, I couldn't figure it out. So somebody called me up and they was like, we got somebody that got a permit. We can put a permit on the truck. I say, okay. Then the cost of the permit. Oh, that was something. And I'm like, wait a minute. They like, yeah, this permit costs $10,000.
Really?
It's like, wait a minute, $10,000 for a permit? They was like, yeah. So I'm like, I spent all my money. I don't have $10,000 for no permit. So I said, okay, got to figure this out. One of my friends said, all right, we got you. We're going to help you out. They had somebody, got a permit, put the permit on the truck. I was like, all right, I'm ready. They said, no. Now you got to get your truck inspected. I said, get my truck inspected. They said, yeah, you got to get your truck inspected. So I go, okay. So I set up an appointment to get the truck inspected. And actually the person that was giving me the permit, they called it up and they got me my truck inspected. They got the permit put on it. And I was like, all right, I'm ready to go now. I don't know where I'm going. So that the first year and a half was crazy. Wow. I lost so much money. I lost so much food. I was in a hole because I had no idea where I was going to set up, because I never had a food truck before. I know being in a restaurant, okay, cool, people take your food and everybody comes. But now I'm on a truck. Where am I going to go? I had to find out the parking. You can't park near residential. You can't park on the four corners of a school. You can't park within 150 feet of another restaurant. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm figuring all this out as I go. So a whole year go past. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna find me a spot. Find me a spot somewhere. And actually, it was in Brooklyn, over near the bus depot, right near Jamaica and Alabama, in Brooklyn. So
Okay.
I parked there, and I stayed there for just about a year. So business started to pick up. People start to notice me. Now they saying, "Oh, I want you to come over here and do this party. I want you to do that party." So I'm like, "All right, business is picking up. This is good." And then it comes that the permit I had on the truck was only seasonal.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know.
it's from March to October. So in between March and October, I'm like, wait a minute. You got Halloween, you got Christmas coming up, you got New Year's. So I can't use the permit after that? And they was like, no, you only can use it for 6 months. Now you got to go park your truck. I can't park my truck. I'd be like, how am I going to pay rent for the other 3 months? I didn't have that much money to cover me. So now you got to figure that. So now it's like, you know, it was a couple of guys that had trucks that told me, listen, you're going to have to go out at night, you know, when you don't have the inspectors out there to get you. So I was like, at night, they was like, yeah. And I'm like, where am I going to park at night? Ain't nobody out there at night. I don't know how to do this. So he was like, oh, you just got to go certain places. So from October,
places here.
yeah, so November, I had nowhere to go. Then somebody called me about a party. They was like, oh, we got a Christmas party going on. You can come and do the party. You on my property, you don't have to worry about nothing. So I got on his property, I parked the truck. He had a big party. So I made some money and I'm like, okay, I probably could get through January. They was like, oh, we got a New Year's party. So now it's like, wait a minute, this is going good. So now I started making enough money. So even though I wasn't supposed to be out after October, private parties I was able to do. So I was like, wait a minute, I don't need a permit. They was like, no, you on my property. You don't need no permit, no anything. So I said, okay. So since I was on their property, I was able to do it. So I stayed afloat. And then from me doing their parties, everybody noticed me on the truck and they was like, oh, I like the food. So now I was getting phone calls. Hey, you should come here. You should go there. Because I was actually in Manhattan at one time. I was actually on 14th Street in Washington.
Okay.
Right before you go on the skyline.
Okay.
They called me out there and I was out there and the business was coming in. Now it was coming in. Then I had a company called Delos. They hired me to cater their company at 860 Washington. So I was like, wait a minute, I'm catering your company? They was like, yeah. So 3 days a week I was catering for them. So now I'm like, okay, so this money is coming in. I was like, I can stay afloat. Not only can I stay afloat when the permit is not in session, I could still cook for the company and still make money. So, you know, I started finding little loopholes and everything, how to stay afloat, even when the permit was done. But the first year and a half was madness. I lost so much money in the first year and a half. I was like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna make it. But I pulled through and I got here and I'm still here. And I'm thankful for the customers that kept me afloat, the people that called me up for the private parties, and you know, all the cooking sessions that I was teaching people, going to their house and teaching them. They was hiring me to be their personal chef. I enjoyed it. They kept me afloat. They kept me going. So
Let me ask you, when you were going through all these issues, a lot of people probably would have give up in the first year or so. What had you? I mean, was there something in your personal life that your parents taught you that had you overcome this? Any issues?
That too. You know, growing up, I was. You know, growing up with my brothers and sisters, we was all competitive.
Okay.
You know, it was like embedded in us. It was like, I'm better than you. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. But with the truck, some of my friends that I spoke to, that we, you know, when we discussed getting the truck, some of those people didn't think I was gonna be able to survive. So it was like, I'm gonna save face. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna prove everybody wrong. So even when I was doing bad, everybody was like, oh, you should just sell the truck. You should just give it up. But I didn't let them know I was doing bad. I was like, no, I'm doing good. And I knew I was struggling. But I was like, I'm not going to let them see it. So when things started picking up, I was happier. Because the happier I was, the sadder they was. And I was like, now I'm really loving it. So it was more just to really look at them and go, aha, I did it. And then I could look at them and go, what are you doing? And then I could look at them with that, I'm going to get you back face. But yeah, but even though I'm competitive, that's what it was. It was just that edge that I'm not going to give up. I'm going to make this happen. This is what I want to do. This is what I love to do. This is my passion. There's no way I'm going to let this go. You know, it was times I thought about it, but I didn't do it.
I watched, what was it? Bradley Cooper with the movie, was it Burnt? He had a food truck business as a movie. He was a chef.
Oh, I know what movie you're talking about. I remember the movie.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it, but I remember the movie. Everybody was telling me about it. I never had a chance to watch it, but I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I remember the movie. Oh man, what was it?
It's called Burnt, I think, by Bradley Cooper.
All right. See, now I gotta watch it because everybody told me about that. Everybody told me, but I just didn't have a chance to watch it. I was like, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it. Because one of my friends told me it's a movie on Netflix now about chess. It's a girl that's playing chess.
Okay.
And I wasn't able to watch it. And he was like, I thought you would have watched it. I said I watched some of it. And I got like the first, I think it's a series, but I got to like the first 2 episodes. And then I had stuff to do. And then when I left, I never got back to it. But that was something that I have to go back and watch because I love chess. Besides cooking, I love to play chess.
I love to play chess too. I haven't played in a very long time.
I played chess in about 6 years, 7 years. I just had one of my friends call me up and he texted me on Facebook and said, oh, download this chess game. We'll make 1 move a day. And he said, people play that way. And I was like, okay, so I'm still trying to download the chess game right now. I still didn't get to it, but he told me every day, he'll text me, go, you didn't do it. Or he'll post up on Facebook a move. He'll post up like, what's my next move? I'm white. And then we'll be like, oh, you can do this move and you can make checkmate in 3 moves. And we all analyze it, but I really got to get back into playing chess.
What advice would you give for someone who wanted to start a food truck business? What would you give them?
The advice I would give them is
stay away.
No, don't be too quick to give up. Don't be too quick to give up. Because this business, it's like if you can't set your mark during that first year or 2, you'll be ready to give up. You'll be ready to give up. I know a lot of people that wouldn't have been able to do it, that wouldn't have been able to go through what I went through within that first year and a half. That first year and a half was brutal. It was brutal. And I didn't know how I was going to get through it, but I got through it. It was brutal. So all I have to say, if you're going to start a food truck, have that attitude and that will not to give up. You know, it can't, if it's passionate to you, you can't give up. That's what it was. It was passionate. I couldn't give up. This was something I love to do. This is something that I've been doing all my life. And I'm like, I'm not gonna stop. I was like, I worked too hard to get to where I am to say, okay, I'm gonna give up. And I'm gonna go back and work for somebody and get treated, you know, the way they treat people. You know, like I've been in the kitchen, so I know how they treat people. And I'm like, it's not right because If you got a cook in your kitchen and you can't do his job, but you could degrade him, I'm like, if you walk out, you have nothing. But a lot of people don't think like that. So that's what I was thinking. I walked out of a job. I don't have nothing. Now I got to do this so I can make that manager or that chef that actually let me go, they're going to be looking like, wow, he really did have it in him. I should have kept him. And if that restaurant is not there no more, and I know it, and I'm looking at him like it probably would have been there if I was still there. And I can actually say, look what I did with my truck and everything else, but you let me go. You didn't give me that chance. So what I say to them is, don't give up, no matter what. Don't give up, because it's enough room for everybody out there. You just got to make a bigger impact than the next person did. So the person that comes now, make a bigger impact than I did. You know, that's what I wish for the person that's coming out to get a food truck now. Make a bigger impact than I did. You know, and I'll be rooting for you too.
Wow.
I'll be rooting for you too.
I love that speech. Is the food truck business very competitive?
Yes, it's real competitive. You will have somebody park a food truck right next to you. He won't sell nothing you're selling, but just the competition of him being next to you is frustrating. And they would do it just because they can. Just because they can, they'll do it. It's like when I was on 14th Street in Washington, over in Manhattan, in the Onion District. You had a hot dog stand, came and parked right on the side of it. He started selling hot dogs and pretzels and shish kebabs. I didn't get mad at him. I walked off the truck and I looked and I told him, I'm not gonna sell hot dogs, I'm gonna let you sell hot dogs. And he looked at me and said, you can't tell me what to sell. And I said, you're right, but I'm telling you, I'm gonna let you sell hot dogs. I'm not gonna sell hot dogs on my truck. Are we cool? He was like, well, you can't tell me what to sell. I said, okay. So I let him sit there and I let him sell his hot dogs. He was selling his hot dogs and he was selling his soda and everything. The thing is, they price gouge. It's like you could go get a good hot dog for $2. But when you're in Manhattan, somebody will sell you a hot dog for $5. So when he started selling his hot dogs, I noticed that he had water and soda. I had Gatorade. He started selling bigger Gatorades. So, you know, so people was like, oh, he got this and he got that. So I looked at him and said, see, I stopped selling hot dogs so you could sit here with me. I said, okay. I put hot dogs back on my menu. $2 a hot dog. And I was like, that's it. And he was selling his hot dogs for $3. So now everybody started coming to me because my hot dog was $2. He didn't last a week on that corner after that. It was like a week later, he was going off the corner. And I was like, I wasn't going to do it, but I'm saying, don't cut into my money. You got hot dogs, keep them. I won't sell hot dogs on my truck no more. That's really what made me take the hot dogs off the truck. Because I've seen how people was going to get the hot dogs. And I was like, I don't want to do hot dogs because it's going to take up too much room on my grill when I want to do burgers. I do Philly cheesesteak. I got too much room going on with the hot dogs. So I said, no hot dogs. But when he started getting stuff that I had and he was getting bigger bottles of it, and then I was like, okay. I said, I see where he's going. All right, I'm going to put hot dogs back on and I'm just going to give it to them $1 cheaper than what he's doing. He just moved to a whole different corner. But that's why I say, it's a good business, and it's also a cutthroat business. If somebody could come and lower their prices just to get to you, it's going to be a problem. So I try not to park near that circle. You know, like when I was on 14th Street in Washington, I had no competitors. Nobody there was competing with me except the restaurants that was already out there. So I came out there because I was called out there. Those restaurants was already there, but I was selling something totally different. So I don't like the park where it's too many trucks in the area. Like where I'm at now on 160, on 169, there's nobody around me. There's nobody around me, and I'm in the middle of the block. So there's nobody around me. I'm in the middle of the block. So everybody is coming to me is everybody that see me on Instagram, see me on Facebook, and heard about me inside the area, and they like, we going to that truck. But otherwise than that, can't nobody say that, oh, you taking my business away. I'm nowhere near your business. You know, I'm in the middle of a block with a residential houses across the street from me in a big building right on the side of me. I was like, I'm not near anyone. It's just a naked block with a bus station at the end and nobody there. So everybody got to come from around the corner off of 91st Avenue and off of Jamaica Avenue to look down the block to see the truck and go, I'm going over there. I'm not business from nobody. They coming to me. But it's a real cutthroat business. You see down on Wall Street, you have a ton of people. You got trucks all lined up. You got like 20 trucks lined up right next to each other. And I was like, I want to stay out of the mix of that. You know, because sometimes when you come in there and you take business, they'll call up the Department of Health and Hygiene just to come and check your truck.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, they'll be that evil. They will call, you know, the Health and Hygiene on you, and you don't have no problems. You just selling food. They just want you out because they see everybody's coming to your truck. You're making more business than what they are, so everybody will start calling on you. So in order for me to stay out of that loop, I don't park where there's a ton of trucks. I'll be like, y'all can have that area. I go down the block. But once I post up on Instagram or Facebook where I'm at, those people that know me is gonna come to me. And I'm like, I'm content with that. Then I get a whole new circle from the area that I'm at. Yeah, but it's a cutthroat business. They will park right next to you and try to sell something similar for cheaper just to get your customer.
I am finished with this, but I want to see if you have anything to say on a positive note for whoever's listening to this in the future. I'm gonna be posting your links and everything else in a separate card, so they can see all your information and follow you. But what would you want to say before we end this?
I want to say that I hope this pandemic is at its last spring. I hope we at the end of this. I hope everything could come back to normal, get back to normal, and everybody could actually just come together and have drinks like we did 2 years ago. You know, have drinks and party together without the mask and the social distancing and the 50% restaurants and 30% movie theaters. I'm like, I'm so used to everybody just being there. Like when they used to come to the truck, in packs and just be like, let's get the PBJ, you know, let's get the fish and chips, let's get the shrimp and chips. I don't see that no more. They come to the truck and everybody's standing away from each other. I'm used to having them right near the window where I can actually say, look, I got the PBJ, and then I just slice it up, and I just want everybody to try it and just give out free samples. I can't even give out free samples no more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because everybody is worried about COVID. Like, oh, she took a piece. And I'd be like, I just gave y'all 4 forks. Everybody took a piece and backed away, and everybody be like, COVID. So I don't have that love when I actually want to give food away. I don't have it no more because everybody is social distancing, trying to stay away from one another. So I just want everything to get back to normal. So, you know, because I want to be out there and I want to tell people, listen, try this, and just come out and just give out samples of everything on the truck, but I can't because nobody is going to want to touch it. If you was there, you took a piece, I don't want that piece because he was there, or somebody said they don't want a piece. I don't want that. I want like it was 2 years ago. If you look at my Instagram and the videos, you'll see 15 to 20 people at the truck and everybody is trying to get to the PBJ. I just want that back. I want that togetherness back. yeah, everybody just come together again and have fun.